What's up, guys? Welcome back to another MCOC Alliance War, and this is the final war of Season 6. This time my alliance is taking on Sinister 6, and taking my usual path. I have 4 skills on this path, so I was kind of worried starting off, but brought in my normal team as of late, bringing in Blade, along with Void, and then Killmonger for the synergy with Void. Go in, punish that L1. Kind of risky because sometimes in arena I do get parried from that. If I end up coming in too slow. But didn't happen that time. I prefer to push him to 2 bars of power, and he does have the increased power gain, so a little bit easier to get him there. But he is taking way too long to throw the special. You see he's up to 10 Furies. Nope, 9 Furies before I finally attack. Seemed like it should have went up to 10. Does it go up to 10? Not sure. Yeah, able to punish that L1 again as well. Should be finishing off the fight here pretty soon. We'll go on for another combo. The bleed, really like having bleed this season as opposed to Season 5 where they made all champions bleed immune. So yeah, really nice having that bleed back. Sorry. Up next, we got a Awakened Science on the Bane node, and going in, this is who I was expecting to see. Could also be Quake, but I've been seeing Spider-Man here a few times this season. So just have to be real careful. Just throw slow attacks. Don't just keep tapping away. Just throw 3 or 4 hits. If he doesn't evade, there's probably going to be evade coming up soon. So I've been taking Blade in for this fight. I was at one point, I think it was Season 5, 4 and 5, whatever, when they did the update to Venom. I was bringing Venom whenever I would see a Science here. But if it turned out to be a MODOK, then it was kind of hard to take down MODOK with Venom. But when it was Spider-Man, obviously very easy to take him down. I just don't want to risk it. I go ahead and bring Blade no matter what if there's a Science there. So up next we have a skill here. And it's going to be a Blade right here. And typically this fight is a very easy fight, no issues, but I do run into 2 issues in this fight. The first one is going to be coming up here pretty soon when he drops this L1. Typically I don't have issue evading it, but I just mistimed it, dashed back a little bit too early there, and that's going to take off a lot of health right there. At least 50%, I do believe. So after that, the fight is going. It's going good as usual, but I am going to end up getting backed into the corner towards the end of the fight, and it's going to be hard to bait out the specials. I typically like pushing them to 2 bars of power, and if he's close enough when he throws that special, I just dash back once, block most of it, and then dash back again, go in and punish it. But I was at a bit of a distance when he threw that L2, so that's why I didn't punish it. So here, getting backed up, getting a little bit worried. I'm not really good at evading the second part of his heavy attack, so I really want him to throw the special. Don't want to be backed into this corner trying to bait it out, and then here, as you see, get hit by that heavy attack. I have seen somebody fully evade that before, but like I said, I can't do it. And yeah, he just would not throw the special again, but luckily with the debuffs, was able to get him down. So up next we have a Kingpin, and I throw in a couple of small boosts as well as the invulnerability boost, and go in with my blade. And the plan is to try to bait out a special without triggering dexterity. But if I can't, I'm not too worried about it, just because I will. He doesn't do additional damage from his special 3. Only his special 1 does additional damage, so I can push him to 3 bars of power if he does go there. But I don't mind getting hit by or taking block damage from the L2. Just because I'll be holding block and regenerating most of that health back, as you saw. Kind of risky throwing that L2, but I do need to do some more damage. Mistimed evading that heavy attack, so gave him back some more health. As you notice, I don't have Resonate on. I think this is the second war since I've taken it off, and really helps when fighting like Kingpin and what's his name, Korg, as far as skills are concerned. And then it also helps when fighting against sorry helps when fighting against King Groot as well. So I think that was the last special he throws, and then after that I do push him to 3 bars of power. So I'm just holding on to my special. Okay, so he threw another one. So yeah, it's coming up. I think, all right, this time it's going to be, he's going to go all the way to 3 bars of power. But like I was saying, I'm holding on to my special just in case. Actually, for 2 reasons. I don't want to push him into, overpower or whatever. Just when he's at 2 bars of power, just because I can't fully evade that L2. And then 2, I want to be able to get out of this corner after taking the L3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be backed up against the wall. He's going to throw a heavy attack. I'm going to swipe back real quick and then throw my special. The only reason why I do that is because I'm not sure about everyone else, but for me, when I try to release block and then throw a special, my champion tends to block a couple of times before actually throwing the special. So I swipe back just to avoid that issue. So able to take him down. That's the last fight with Blade. On to the next fight. It's going to be Iron Man Infinity War. I do have to throw a couple of health potions on just because I messed up on the first buffet node against Blade. But yeah, it's just a typical fight. He's not awakened, so I don't have to worry about that additional. Well, with Void, I don't have to worry about the additional power gain, but it is the fact that you can't attack into him once he's below 15% health. And trying to keep a close eye on those Furies. Be nice to keep them at 0 the whole time, but I know that's not going to happen. Do a combo here, throw my first special, and I can't remember if that is the last time I throw it before throwing an L2. I think I hold on to it and then throw an L2 pretty soon. I don't want to throw special now just because I'm about to get that final debuff anyways. And then looking at his armor ups, I have to start throwing heavy attacks. So throw a heavy attack here. Could have thrown the L2 there, but didn't want to risk it. So I throw it right here. Does a good chunk of damage. I need to probably start throwing that more often, especially if I have Fear of the Void. Just because of how much damage it does by itself, and then the additional debuffs. You got the degeneration and the weakness, and then on top of that they're combining for additional damage as well. Well, the degeneration does damage on its own, the weakness does not. So on to the Korg fight. This is a rank 4 Korg, and I do throw on a couple of boosts, and then I believe I throw on a regen boost as well. Yeah, because I I think I used like 3 health potions, two or 3 health potions before, right before I started recording. So don't want to have the same thing happen as what happened last time I fought Korg on this node, which was I ended up timing out. That was a rank 5 Korg, but yeah, it's it's still the same issue of got to bait out the specials, got to get my debuffs. I already lost 1 debuff, I do believe, that got purified. And I do believe it happens again right here. Not 100% sure, but let's see. Yep. So lost that debuff as well. Trying my best to, and lost that one, as you see. So after that, I think that was the final one that I special that I threw while he had his rock shield up, just because he was having some good RNG with shrugging those off, and yeah, it just makes the fight last a lot longer. I accidentally threw a light attack there, but luckily I didn't get hit by that. Yeah, trying to remember. So I threw special there. I could have actually held on to that, just because that was a final debuff. Could have held on to that and then thrown it right here instead. But yeah, do I go to 2 bars of power here? Yeah, I want to wait for that rock shield to come off. So here we go. Comes off. Drop the L2. Does basically no damage. But when he throws his special here, now he's going to be losing a lot of health. So I luckily got 2 degenerations right there. So I guess it doesn't really... Now, it probably would have been better to get 1 degeneration and 1 weakness. I think that would have done more damage than the 2 degenerations. So I got the full evade on the L1. Very rare that that happens. Been trying to practice that in arena, but hasn't been going all too well. So for the final fight of my path and of this war, I have a Sabertooth. I was trying to get in here before my combat regen wore off, but it was a little too slow. Took too long with that fight, but doesn't matter. Like I said, it's the last fight, and this person has suicide, so he is going to drop very, very quickly. Just having those additional debuffs on him, when using Void. Not worried about evading the L2. Block the first part, evade the second 2. Drop this L1 again. He's not going to get the full strike back because I already have a petrified debuff on him. And I think I might drop 1 more special before the fight's over, but I can't fully remember. Maybe not. I think... yeah, I got to bait out this special here. He's going to drop a special, and then... recoil finishes him off. I did hit him, but recoil was going to finish him off either way. So like I said, that was the final fight of the war. We did end up winning that war as well, so I think we finished on like a 4-fight win streak. So I will try to record some fights in Season 7 as well. But yeah, anyways guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.